Well, all week leading up to the 50th anniversary of Grandma's Marathon, we've heard inspirational stories about why people are running the race. For one Grand Marais woman, crossing the finish line will mean much more than just completing the race. Northern News Now's Ella Schoberl heard from Crystal Gail Welcome, who shares an important reminder that living in pain doesn't mean you can't live a life. Ella, sounds like this is an important mantra for Crystal.
Absolutely, Laura. That's because Crystal was diagnosed with a rare brain disease called intracranial hypertension, which mimics the symptoms of a brain tumor and causes lifelong pain. Doctors told her she'd have to learn to live with that pain, and she did that by running. After her diagnosis in 2008, Welcome said she struggled to get out of bed every day. It wasn't until after she had gotten a brain implant in 2014 that she decided that she was going to start running again. And 6 weeks later, she ran a half marathon. She said she lives with her pain by simply going outside and enjoying nature, now doing that by hiking and running, activities from her childhood. Welcome has completed 5Ks, 10Ks, and a half marathon, but now she's facing her biggest race yet, a full marathon at none other than the 50th Grandma's Marathon. Welcome said, as someone who has felt out of control of her whole life because of her disease, is something that gives her the space to make her own choices.
Someone who has like a medical condition or have like different situations where people are always telling you what to do and like how to do it. Running's one of those things where, you kind of set the pace, like you're in control.
Welcome says that training for a full marathon has been different from anything else she's ever done, saying the most important thing is to keep a positive attitude through all 26 miles. Welcome said she had surgery just last week for a glucose condition. She said that this marathon will be her first major physical activity post-surgery. Live in studio, Ella Schoberl, Northern News Now.
Oh, wow. We wish her all of the best. Ella, thank you. Now, we've been profiling many of the runners leading up to Grandma's. You can watch their stories right now by downloading our Northern News Now app.